it's called Optimism because there's a bit of a theme that's emerged in the music of positivity and looking forward to things that aren't so good, changing for the better.
Tyrone and Lesley make small music, and I don't mean it's small in ambition, but they're sort of like miniature stories, and they're thoughts almost, sort of small thoughts, raw, honest kind of thoughts that we transform into small songs that we actually take great care with, but they're sort of disguised as these spontaneous little ditties, but they actually are intricately built, I would say.
I think the way they play together is really quite interesting, and I think they work quite well together. Like, you have a lot of walking bass lines and a lot of percussive and rhythm elements from the ukulele, and I think the two gel really well together. And I think the fact that they kind of do it in characters kind of adds to the project.
Well, there aren't too many ukulele and double bass duos around, but the things that people say that they like about Tyrone and Lesley are that they're funny, and that the songwriting is sensitive, and that as a performance team we seem to feed off each other really well when we're playing live. And people usually say they've never seen anything like Tyrone and Lesley before. So I think that's what people like about Tyrone and Lesley.
The way they play together, I think, and kind of go back and forth between one another, that'd probably be, I think, the thing that I think is so special between them. As individuals, like, they're great players. Sam's an amazing bass player, and David's amazing ukulele player and guitarist.
We're just ordinary people. I think that's part of the charm, actually, is we're just ordinary people making music. Recording live, you get the same feeling you do when you're playing or rehearsing, and it feels much more natural. So it's how we would normally play, and there's a sort of a nice, comfortable familiarity with that. And in my opinion, it gives you the best sound because you get that sort of groove of playing together in the moment. The drawbacks, though, are it's harder to do overdubs and edits, and it doubles the amount of mistakes that potentially happen. So it's a bit riskier, but I think it sounds better.
Well, when you're playing live, you get a lot of spirit in the playing, but sometimes when you listen back to it, you realise it's not very accurate. And sometimes when you're multi-tracking, it gives the opportunity to get things right and fix mistakes, but sometimes the spirit can go out of the music. And so one of the things we were trying to do with this project was to record live as much as possible, just standing in front of each other and playing. And some tracks worked really well like that, particularly the instrumentals that we did, but once you start bringing vocals into it, it starts to get really complicated and there's more things to get wrong.
It can be a pro and it can be a con, but when you do track live, you have a little bit less to do on each instrument, or you have a little bit less control, I'd say, over what you can do in post-production kind of thing. Like, if you'll have bleed between different mics and stuff like that, which can be a good thing if they play really well together and you're capturing that. But sometimes if the takes weren't so good, you limit how much you can actually fix anything because they've tracked it live kind of thing, if that makes sense.
So there's been a bit of a mix here, but it has been an experiment in live recording in the studio, which has involved a bit of multi-tracking as well. We've got two lots of backing vocalists in. We've got the Pockets, who are a female trio of voices, and Tenori as well too, who are a trio of male voices. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what they bring to the songs.